Hi Cancer, how's it going? We're here with your reading, what you need to know for July. The first card that we have out is the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Starting off with the Emperor shows you in a position where there's like a big picture thinking that's going on. The Emperor is you in a light where you're seeing yourself as being very capable, where you're trusting yourself, where you're thinking about like what you're doing now and how that's going to impact you later. Wheel of Fortune can be a time that feels like your luck changes. There can also be growth and expansion because Wheel of Fortune is connected with Jupiter. So the Emperor is you minding your business, whatever your business is, whatever you're up to, like the stuff that's important to you currently that you have going on, like what you're trying to create within your life, all of those things. It's like everything that's relevant in your life right now. And the Emperor is the type of attitude and strategy needed to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. So there's integrity, there's discipline, you knowing that you're capable, you taking action when you need to, knowing also when not to, you know, like all of those things, your discernment being tied up in this. And also knowing that, like, if you want something to happen or if you want to create something, you have to be the one behind that pushing. Wheel of Fortune is a time where there can be some type of learning environment that you're in. You can be going through something right now where this is not something that's going to benefit you right now by learning what's right in front of you, but it's something in the long term that can benefit you. Like maybe there's a certain problem that's coming up now where if you properly resolve this, every time it comes up later on, you're going to resolve it very quickly, or other people can come to you and be like, I'm having this thing, and you'll be like, just last week I was dealing with this. It can be like that type of thing. So whatever you're going through right now, I'm seeing there be a lot of expansion that's happening. And also too, you can feel like there's a bit of a lucky streak that's going to be happening with the Wheel of Fortune because it's Jupiter. So it shows there being protection around you. It shows you being benefited. It can be a time when just things sort of feel like they luckily come into your life, or just like the right stuff is happening. It also shows you being on track as well. Significant stuff that you're learning at this time. Okay. It looks like there's a shift happening within a close relationship of yours, Cancer. This is somebody you've known for a long time. There's a change occurring within your relationship. Knowing what you know now, that may be part of the reason why this is happening. Okay. I want to say this too. When it comes to the Lovers and the Six of Cups, this can be a past relationship that's not like active currently, human to human, but it can be something that in your memory bank it's active, or in your like brainstorming space or mental space it's active. So it can mean like, I'm not seeing this person in present time right in front of me, but there can be attending to the relationship in a way that's connected with having thoughts about it. Or this can be something that's in front of you. I'm seeing Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is something that happens that is difficult to integrate, but it also shows there being an ending as well. So it shows something concluding. But there can still be some unresolved stuff emotionally is what I'm seeing. So even though something needed to end in order for there to be an evolving, seeing Four of Cups and seeing Seven of Cups can be like, but some things about that still don't make sense to me. So in the month of July, you can feel something along the lines of that popping up. There can also be a bit of a shift in an agenda for you, whereas before as the Emperor, you could have felt like certain things were important and that's where your energy needed to be. Having the Wheel of Fortune come up can be like, now that I've sort of experienced what I've experienced, I feel like I want to put my energy over here. So you can feel like there's a priority shift that's happening. There can also be something about a past relationship that right now at this point you're realizing certain things that you didn't realize before, or you're working through certain things that you didn't work through before. I'm seeing there's going to be a rebalancing, but it's going to happen a little bit later down the line. It's not time for this to happen yet. Something is going to be made right. There's a responsibility to do so. It's not time yet, but when it's time, it is definitely going to be taking place, and there's going to be a shift involved is what I'm seeing. Okay. A new opportunity with you and another person I'm seeing in the month of July. This is something that could have felt stressful. Something about the future, how things are going to be playing out. I'm seeing a door open. At the same time, I'm also seeing there be concern about it, but it's concern based off of what you've been through in the past and not necessarily something that's happening right now. Because this, let's say it like this, you can be in a situation where there's an opportunity coming up, and there can be a part of you that's like, what if I have to go through something similar that I went through in the past that was really difficult for me to go through? Something along the lines of that. There can be fear of like not wanting something to end, or not wanting to experience a certain aspect of pain. Normal. But I do also see you getting a bit of a break. Feels like a fine line between staying up worrying versus actually feeling mentally peaceful here. What's gonna bridge the gap? You may feel a little bit cut off from your higher self right now, or this can be happening towards the end. I'm seeing you work through something that feels like it is not a straightforward process. Having Four of Cups and having Eight of Swords, it's connected with something that didn't really like work maybe as you expected it to or as you wanted it to, and it can be something that's still difficult to look at times. Four of Cups can be connected with like what we perceive to be a rejection of sorts, but it can also be something like not going together, something not fitting together, not feeling like enthusiastic about what's presenting itself. And Eight of Swords can be this feeling of being stuck feeling stuck because of that, and feeling like it's really difficult to work through it. I'm seeing it feel not only complicated emotionally or not only complicated mentally, but complicated in both of those areas. And that can be something where you feel like you're tripping up, like both of those things are sort of tripping one another up, and so it's hard to really see what's going on. It feels like in July, there's going to be a sorting through something that feels very involved emotionally to get to a point where you can see things clearly, when it may be a very difficult time to be doing that. It does feel too like okay, Cancer, I'm seeing Aries here, I'm seeing Gemini, I'm seeing Libra, I'm seeing the Moon and Jupiter. This is going to feel like there's growing and learning that you're doing emotionally, where you can feel like you're understanding yourself better, like you're understanding your core better, because your moon is associated with like your true core, and so you can feel most resonant with your moon more than any other placement you have. Like like when you feel truly in touch with yourself, you can feel like it's resonant with whatever sign your moon is in. Having Jupiter be here, it shows there being an expansion of your understanding, of your awareness of things, of learning that's happening. Having the Emperor and having the Justice, somebody gets to a point where they feel like it is my job to make something right. It is my job to promote harmony, or to promote balance, or to show up in a diplomatic way within a relationship. There may be something where there's like worry about something that's been going on within a relationship, or concern, or something that's been on your mind, something that's been bothering you. And you can feel like until this is addressed, it's really difficult to see the potential in something and to grow. But what I'm seeing is that something is going to finalize and come to an end, so you feel like you can rest easy then about whatever this is. It feels like it has to do with something that may have been difficult to look at because something wasn't going together, maybe in the way that you had wanted it to, and working through the feelings associated with that experience. I'm seeing stuff about the future. There's going to be a change, and I'm also seeing that there's going to be an expansion or like a movement that you could have felt like wasn't happening. There's an opportunity to work through something from the past, so it's like a door to the past that's opening, but it's going to allow you to finally lay something to rest, so you feel like mentally you're freed from that thing in a way where you could have felt like something still was calling your energy into it. But because of closing something out, it's going to free up that aspect of your energy. It feels like mental energy. And then also too, I'm seeing that you're going to make sense of something that seems like it doesn't make sense initially. And it's going to be something that doesn't make sense on an emotional level, where you're like, I'm still trying to understand this, or I'm still working through this. I'm seeing that's going to be, it looks like this is happening more so towards the end of July. That's what's going to be happening. It feels like getting very much into that process. So towards the end of July, you may find yourself in the middle of working through something complicated emotionally, but it's to resolve what's going on. Something does close out, so it's going to be like a final closing of the book. And then after that part happens, I'm seeing the emotional work get started. So it's like mentally this is closing out. Now emotionally I'm doing that part of this, of the process, because it feels again like it's both of those things. But the way that I'm seeing this, it's like the mental component closes out, and then it feels like continuing to work through the emotional component that's associated with this situation. Making sense of something. This is working through something where there could have been pain involved. One could have felt very hurt moving through something, and connecting with the part of oneself that is present for that type of experience. This looks like you could be being coached through something, or you could be coaching yourself through something. I was seeing Three of Swords, and I was also seeing King of Cups. King of Cups is the part of you that can sort of withstand whatever it is that's going on and use effective coping strategies to move through something during a time when something very painful may have occurred. So it looks like finding that part of yourself that deals with the really heavy stuff that you move through, when there could have been something extremely, extremely intense that you were experiencing. And it's like the part of you that, you know, there are different parts of you that have different jobs. The King of Cups is the part of you that comes out when you're going through something heavy emotionally, to help you sort through it and make sense of it, accept it, and integrate it so you can keep moving forward. I'm seeing you're getting in touch with that part of yourself. So that's what's going on here. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.